Hello everyone, welcome to TUTORIEX, and in this video I'll teach you about the empty dependency array. I have this React app I just created in previous videos. Inside app.js you will see I just imported a component tutorial.js, and this tutorial component is imported from that tutorial. So let's go to that tutorial, and you can see here there is a two state variable. One is input text, one is random data, that's a list of data. There is an input box, and every time you input a character in that input box, this set input text will be e.target.value. This state variable will change every time you input, and there is a button here that will just clear the list, and there is a random data.map that will list all the data inside this random data list. Okay, so for an example, let's write a console statement here. Input text equals to input text, and every time you type anything inside that input box, whole component is rendering. So it's just a small component with an input box and button. Imagine a big component with a complex design. Every time you change something in the state variable, every time it will render, and you'll have an API call for every render. So we don't want that, right? So let's write some console log here only. Console log useEffect called. So let's see what happens. So I'm typing something, you see this line is printed only once. So that's the whole purpose of having a dependency array that is empty. So only time this will run is when the component is rendering for the first time. So here is a useEffect with dependency array input text. So every time your input text variable is changing, it will call that useEffect. See, you see useEffect is called for input text every time you input something. And the reason it's printing two times is because of strict mode here inside. If you go index.js file, you'll see strict mode. That's for development phase only, so don't worry about that. And now I'll have this API call. You see this API call fetch data. I'll call it inside the blank useEffect. Reason is it will be called only once when the component renders initially. So let's now check out our component. You see some dummy data is printed, that's fetched from the API, and even I type something here, the API call will not be affected. That's why we use an useEffect hook with a empty dependency array. So that's it for this video. See you on the next video. Bye bye.